Welcome to another edition of. Nah, that's the old one. Y'all thought this is actually a question episode with me, just me. I gave you a glimpse of what we're still working with because we're in the process of working on the 100th episode, which is a little bit more frustrating than I thought it was going to be. So at this moment in time, like Samantha is, of course, in New York. Eric is in the process of getting his daughter's graduation party all together. So you're stuck with me for an hour. And I know it's probably not like, oh, it's so sad that I'm stuck with Paul for a whole hour. No, you love it. Don't lie. Don't lie. But I do have some questions that were submitted to me that I'm finally going to get over with. And I finally decided I was going to do another question episode just so it fills the void of people wanting to watch it for the weekly episodic show. So I'm not going to put them all on there, like what the questions are or whatnot. But the first question I have that was brought to my attention is like the 100th episode. Like, can you give us a little peek behind the curtain? No, I'm not going to give you a peek behind the curtain. Uh, just that there is a change coming. We are working on different formats. We're working on different products because as we're evolving, so are the apps that we're using. So, for prime example, would be like last week. If you listen to it on the audio, then you didn't hear an intro. Or like this time, you heard it, but then it cut into me from last week because the way who we go through now, SteamYard, they changed some stuff on us. And now we can't do the intro or the outro. But, we're working on that and developing some way around it because nobody's paying for shit, especially on this show. But we're going to have a format if that makes people a little bit more interested. We're going to have a couple questions, try to keep them in the show. Probably limit them to like 3, and they could be for like myself or Eric or Sam, or if we tell you who the guest is ahead of time, if you have a question for that guest, then submit it. Just like I get a whole bunch of shit submitted for me, some for Sam and some for Eric, but eventually we'll do a question episode with them. That's all I can really give you. All I know is there are big changes coming, and just you're right there. You're right there. This would be episode 98 with me. And then next week, while Samantha's still in New York, me and Eric are going to do the episode before the 100th, which will be the 99th episode. So you've been patient enough to be here this long, and you've been here since the beginning. So just pump your brakes. You got 2 more episodes. So just relax. The next question I have is, will there be more guests, but more specific? Will it be more Vine people? Yes, absolutely. So I have been talking with Kim about possibly coming back on the show and try to get her on here as frequent as possible. But what I'm going to do with Kim, and I know she's listening, and I haven't really pushed this idea with her yet, so this is new information. Stop the presses. What I'm going to do is when I have her on the show, I'm going to bring in another Vine person. That way we can talk with the Vine person. Because Eric and Sam don't really know the Vine people. Of course, eventually, we can start blending it all together. But for right now, I'm just starting to, put these things in motion. So I'm starting to have one foot on the ground, one foot pivoting, getting ready to go to the next part. So I'm starting to collectively think of the longevity of the show. And that's what I'm doing. So I can give like Eric and Samantha a break sometimes. I can give myself a break. Maybe one time we'll have an episode where I'm not even here. I know. Don't get your panties in a fucking twist. Calm down. But there will be some times where even I'm busy. I have my own personal life to take care of. So we'll see. But yes, there are going to be more Vine episodes and more people involved in those Vine episodes with me and Kim. Now, on another topic, I've got, you didn't get to my stuff or stuff that was submitted to me. I have it. But the thing is, I can't put it in place of something yet until I have something to bounce it off of my co-host with. So if they do some research with me, which will going forward in the 100th episode and past, we're going to start doing our research because nobody ever thought we would get right here, like on the cusp of it. So we went from me dicking around in my room at my dad's house when I was at like the lowest point of my life and just looking for an outlet to I have my own fucking YouTube channel. So let's just, you've been on this ride with me. So just understand that also I'm changing and evolving and doing new things with the show. So it's kind of retorts back to what's going on with the 100th episode. That's kind of implemented and included with it. So you just have to stay tuned. But changes are coming and there's new things coming to light. So again, just I love when y'all will text me or message me and say, there's no podcast this week. It happens. It happens. I am also trying to have filler episodes. So in case we have things going on in our personal lives. So that way I could just take it, throw it in there, and, kind of like one of these episodes. Or just maybe me and Eric discussing like a wrestling PLE or something coming up, or me and Sam doing research on. I know there was a podcast that my buddy Kevin recommended for me and Samantha. We're going to get to that as soon as she gets back from New York. Kevin, I apologize. I did forget that Sam was leaving. So I'm going to start doing the filler episodes are going to be coming. The next one is how does Xander love work? Well, it's over. But I think he loves work like we all love work. Like that first day was incredible because he came in and kicked his shoes off. And he was just distraught. He didn't want to have nothing to do with it. But that was just his first day ever doing it in life. So he did great. I think for the most part, he stayed focused. He paid attention to detail. It was basically like him cleaning up my house or his mom's house. So that's pretty much it. But it was a job. It paid him. He has his own savings account now. So yeah, he's loving it. I mean, if it made him money and it's gonna make him money eventually down the line, then I think it's a win-win for him. And then eventually he can use that money for if he wants something big or whatever. So yeah, he's doing really good right now. He's doing amazing. He's about to start into his senior year of high school, and that's going to be a freight train running off the tracks because it's going to be busy as all hell. How was Picklesburg? Okay. So it was okay. For me, really like getting there and going and experiencing it, I loved it. The lines were ridiculous. It was ridiculously hot. Um, Myself, Brandy, my mom, and my niece Riley went. Xander was with us. and we thought like we can get the ball rolling, try to get there like a little early, get motivated and moving. But man, as soon as noon hit, I swear everybody was ready to pounce on everything just like we were. So, I mean, we tried. We did the best to our ability to try to get and experience what we wanted. Um, Brandy and Riley had like a pickle pretzel. Um, my mom had like this pickle hot dog, some, I don't know. It was like a deep fried pickled hot dog. I don't know. It was gross. It wasn't really my cup of tea. I had pickle lemonade, which was fucking fire. It was really good. I wanted pickle pizza, but the line was atrocious, and I can get that right over in Mount Lebanon, right where they are, like where they're based out of. Plus, I feel like you can get pickle pizza anywhere. Like I can go to Geneva and go get it. So, I mean, that was okay. But like, I had this like pickle grilled cheese, and that shit slapped. That shit was fire. Brandy had this pickle smash waffle. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, we're doing a Donna and Eric without Donna and Eric. um, yes, Brandy's actually over here off to the side. But yeah, that was okay. It was all right. But I think out of all of it, for me personally, it was that pickle grilled cheese that was just fire. It just worked. Um, but there's just, like, I took Xander to a local shop called Grandpa Joe's. Had like a tent. He wanted to try like a pickle pop slash soda, depending on where you live and how you pronounce it. That was all right. It wasn't for Xander. Like he tried the pickle lemonade, and I think he was about 3 gulps into it before he realized it's pickle lemonade. And it was hot, so he just got it and was like, "Yo, this is fucking great! Oh my god, this is fucking pickles." So, I mean, he drank it. Um, he also tried pickle saltwater taffy, which that was fucking great. He tried like one or two, and then he was like, "I'm done. I don't want no part of it." Um, but just me as a Pittsburgh person and like just showing it on TikTok, it's a fun experience. It just has to be longer than a weekend because they're cramming so much shit and so many people inside the you know the two bridges that they're set up along the North Shore there into like Market Square and the PPG buildings, and it's just pure fucking chaos. Like it really is. And I mean, I understand that people have obsession with pickles and it brings revenue to the company or the city and shit like that. But dude, you have to spread it around like a week. It has to be a week. So, but for the most part, we all had a good time. I felt bad for my mom because the heat was kicking my mom's ass. And my mom, shout out Mama D, was doing her damnedest to fucking make sure that she was fucking going with the damn flow. I mean, I really wanted to try that pickle fudge, but she wasn't having any of that shit. But yeah, by the way, me and Brandy bought like pickle fudge. It wasn't bad. It was decent. Like it's fudge that tastes like pickles. But if you want to experience Picklesburg, like just kind of know what you're getting into and like know that if it's hot, you're waiting in fucking lines. Like some of them were fast. Like the one Brandy was in for a little waffle rip went pretty quick. The one I was in was pretty quick. Like they were they were pretty some were fast, but like the pickle pizza one, well, that shit wasn't budging. But like they had pickle pierogies, pickle anything you named it. They had what chocolate covered pickles. Like yeah, I didn't have them. I wanted to try them, but it looked like just chocolate syrup over pickles, and I was like, "Am I pregnant? No, I'm good." I like they were like dipped in chocolate. Yeah, maybe, but it was fun. I recommend going if you want to try it, and if you have an obsession with pickles, then yeah, it's probably going to be your jam. So yeah, I I give Picklesburg a good thumbs up. It's just if it's hot, you should know what to expect because it's fucking crazy. Um, what else? Um, no, no, I didn't see the Superman movie. Wrong host. You have to we'll have to get the information off of Eric next week. But I did not. Uh, so yeah, there's that one. What else? No, he's more of the superhero. Got to see it like right this second and whatnot. And I mean, that's cool. Shout out to him because, like, I mean, if I had a chance to, I would. So, um, what's this other one? Oh yeah, it says what games am I playing? Well, when I have a minute, because my life is pure chaos. From shooting this show, being a father, making sure that he's all right. I also have a relationship. I also have my job. I also am trying to get my car worked on, and my car is steadily available for me. And amongst all that chaos, when I have a second, um, it depends on my day. Like it really does. Like I'm still encapsulated in Hogwarts, although I've taken a heavy ass break from it. Um, I was was a fan of there was this RoboCop game for PlayStation 5 and it was cool, but then I was like I can't I retract. I can't really invest my time into a game that like encapsulates me and keeps me going and keeps me interested in it because like I'll get distracted from it. I'll go do my things or whatever, and then when I come back, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So, but Mortal Kombat 1 is a clutch, like instantly. I just stick right to it. Another one, like, and then of course, like I have my WWE, which I haven't did that in quite some time. I was thinking about maybe getting back in the groove of that, like within like the next week or two. Obviously, because like so much is happening. SummerSlam's around the corner, and I thought about it. Um, I play Call of Duty. Uh, it's been a while, so I like went back and started playing like older ones, like Modern Warfare and World War II. I don't do the new one. I just I can't afford that, and plus like all that shit. I don't do Fortnite. I used to. It's just not my jam. It's not my thing. Um, but I will say something that is like getting me involved and keeping me hooked on uh like gaming is just by spur of the luck, like PlayStation Network gave us Diablo 4 for free. And I've heard so much hype about this whole entire series, and I've never had a time to collectively sit down, get my hands involved in it, and like just get going. And man, let me tell you, that hype is real. Because yeah, it's just like a slash and gash, but it also gives you like for you people that know old school games, this gives you like a gauntlet feeling where you run around and you collectively go with people and like it's great because it's like a cross play. So you can literally play with anybody on any system, which is great. I love it. But that's been taking up my time the most right now. Um, I other than that, I like I don't know, like I'll play old school retros on like the Switch. It doesn't. There's not much. It's just when I have time. That's usually what I deal with. But um, yeah, that's it. More than likely, it's Diablo 4, Mortal Kombat 1, or like Call of Duty right now. Hogwarts on the back burner. But um, how's my car? Next. I don't want to get into it. What else? Um, will I do episodes out of state? Yes, I would love to. My plan was I wanted to do one. I actually did wanted to do like the show from Geneva when we were up there, just like a little bit, you know, if I could take a snippet of it of the show and then bring it on here. That's again back to the 100th episode. Like I'm thinking about going forward, like doing that. How do I do that? It almost sounds like I need a producer, but it's really not that technical. You just have to invest your time into this. And that's some things, there's sometimes I don't have the time for that. Um, I wanted to do one because we have plans on going on trips and the summer's not over yet. Of course, like the fall is right around the corner. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't see why not. Like, I'd love to do that. Just even if like I met somebody like, you know, somebody around that was like, hey, we're going here. All right, then we could do an episode on location. So yeah, absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind. I would absolutely do that for sure. Um, do we have um, creative like themes or ideas? I don't understand it, but I think I got it. Like, I think it's more like spoofs or just like games or shit like that. Yeah, I mean, I have an idea. Like, I was pitched about something like I think my buddy Kevin mentioned to me about something live from Florida. It was like the weather in Florida or something crazy from Florida. And that's kind of been like in the back of my mind because Brandy and I watched a show back a while back called It's Florida Man. And if you haven't watched it on Max, I fucking recommend that you watch it on Max because like it's fucking crazy what happens in Florida. So to me, that would actually be a great idea. So just in having little like skits and whatnot going forward, yeah, yeah. I again, I'm always thinking of something next because I'm the one that sees the analytics of this show. I see where we are, I see what goes up, I see what goes down, I see what works, what doesn't work. And then like now that I have so much analytical information, I'm starting to like going forward, I'm going to start tweaking the show. And um seeing where we are, like I think I've said in an episode or two before, like the audio version of this show being worldwide now, fucking insane. Insane. And then that takes me back to the beginning of this. Being in my fucking room at my dad's house, just putting my quote unquote thoughts out there, just manifesting it and just using it as like a self therapy. Never in a million fucking years did I ever think I'd have people in like Russia or the Ukraine. And don't fuck with me if they're bots or whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I got people in Russia, the Ukraine, France, Canada, South Africa, Malaysia, Australia. It's crazy that people are listening to this show. So, for the people outside of the US, and of course the people in the US, I thank you all for listening to this show and watching it. And I'm going to also do my own little piece on the 100th episode, just giving it back to y'all. Um, so, again, more things are coming. And like, I understand like people don't want to be patient, and that's fine. That's fair. But you got to be fucking patient. I'm running the show here. There's not more I can really do. Um, let's see. What else? Oh, I I have the. Will there be a 25th Perry reunion special show? I don't know. I don't know. I would love to. I would fucking love to. I would have to see who would all want to be involved in it, how we can all get together, maybe shoot on location at the reunion, or like we're all getting together beforehand the day before. So that's a possibility. I wouldn't I'm not gonna count out no. I'm not just gonna be like, nope, that idea sucks. So we'll see. I don't make no promises. It's more or less like we'll see. It's an idea. So that's a good one. Um, what else we got here? There's some. I just pick and choose now because it's my show. I do what the fuck I want to do. There's easy ones here. It's like, how many hats do you have? 238. Collectively, yeah, 238. So that one's on. I probably got more than that now, but I'd say roughly about 250. But 238 was the last time I checked. Um, are you a sneakerhead? Yeah, to a point. To a point. I mean, the drip has to fit. The whole fit has to get together. Like the hat, got to match the shirt. I mean, look at me, Avi. Anyway, so of course, the best part about your outfit is usually your hat and your shoes. So yeah, and if you haven't seen any of my socials or don't fucking know me and haven't seen me at all, I have to coordinate. Even if I'm mowing the goddamn lawn, even if I'm just walking outside, it always got to work because you can be tested at any time. So yeah, yeah. Somewhat, I believe sneakers are a little bit too expensive sometimes. Like, if you're spending $500-600 on a pair of sneaks, yo, you better not wear the motherfuckers out unless it's a fucking really nice day, no rain, no snow, no nothing. That way, and especially if they're white, dude, I can't keep white clean to save my damn life. So, no, I wouldn't say I'm saying more of a hat connoisseur than a sneakerhead. So, yeah. Next. Um, Apparently they are making a Legend of Zelda video game movie. Apparently this was brought to my attention by my cousin's husband, Brian. Told you I'd put you on here. Yeah, it's coming out in 2027. So if you are a big Zelda fan like I am and he is, I recommend going to look at it and check it out. There's like you could just YouTube it right now or Google it because like there's no main trailer out. And of course, like I'm very particular on video game movies. Although Brandy and I just realized that there's a Mortal Kombat 2 trailer out today. So I'm going to be looking into that. I did love the first one. I love the old ones when we were growing up, even though they're cheesy as fuck now as 40 years old, looking back at them. And actually, Brandy and I just watched one the other day. Yeah, not my thing. It's fucking hilarious. It's not even. It's funny now watching it now. So I can only imagine if I watched like the Super Mario Brothers movie, I'd probably piss myself laughing. But yeah, so and it's legit. There's an actual Legend of Zelda live action movie coming out in I believe 2027. So I don't have the Superman news, but I do have that because I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan. And that also goes into this other question, which is like, what is my favorite video game of all time? It is The Legend of Zelda, especially when I was like 5 years old playing it and pissed my parents off. So when I beat it, I did the same thing with Super Mario Brothers 3. And at that time, buying a game for them was like $50. And for me to turn around like Super Mario Brothers 3, I beat it in 3 days. My dad was pissed. Oh my god, he was so fucking hot. He was so mad about it. But I mean, I still kept playing it. I mean, $50 was $50 back in the day. Am I excited about Terrifier 4? Next. Of course I am. Like, duh. That's a stupid question. I'm a horror movie fucking fanatic. I watch the most cheesiest shit to give it a fucking chance. I sent Brandy a trailer about a fucking horror movie, Bambi movie. Like, come on. If if you watch the Winnie the fucking Pooh movies and you watch the Mousetrap movie that's based off fucking Mickey Mouse, and then you give the fucking Piglet movie a shot, which was that's awful. I mean, we seen Popeye the Sailor Man. There's one out of him. There's one out of Peter Pan, and that was all in French. Yeah, French. And so Bambi, yeah, yeah. So why wouldn't I be excited for Terrifier fucking 3? But I tell you one you shouldn't watch. There's a movie called Talk to Me. Uh-uh. No, movie sucked. Next. um What am I listening to right now? Dude, if you don't know who the fuck I am and watch this show, or you just started watching this or whatever, uh, I listen to everything. It all depends on my mood every day. Every single solitary day, it can change. I could be rock one day, country another day, pop, hip hop, all in the same day. Never changes. Never changes. Um, I will admit I am a fan of Pink Pony Club. I do love Chaperone. I do think she's great. I love Dochi. She is good as well. I'm a Falling in Reverse fan. I'm a If you don't know me, I'm a very big Eminem fan. So the song with him and JID is really great. Um, I could be here all day. The whole show could be just about fucking me going off music. And if I was in a music rant, I would need Eric and Sam with me because we could just be do a whole episode about music. But if you have music you want us to listen to and check out, you can always feel free to submit it. And then we can go through it and we can listen to it and we can say just trash or pass. Look, I just made my whole other segment, another segment for the show. It's just called Pass or Trash. I love it. See, I'm just doing this on the fly and making new segments for the show. And that could be anything. Pass or trash could be movies, uh, music, food, you name it. But yeah, I'm all over the place. Like I'm an open book when it comes to music. Sometimes I catch myself listening to like very chill, like relaxing music. Sometimes I catch myself listening to reggae. If I'm in traffic by myself, I will listen to fucking jazz just because it'll calm me the fuck down because I want to murder somebody's face because I have Paul Chopek Senior's road rage. And if you if you're a fan of this show and you're a fan of my dad, then you know it's pretty fucking wild because he is the worst behind the wheel of a car. So what I do is I do like more or less a slow jazz or somewhat upbeat because I hate being in traffic. I think people are stupid. I don't understand why they can't do shit correctly. And yeah, especially in these Pittsburgh cities, it's kind of a bitch. So yeah, to answer that question, all over the place with music. It's never changing. I just can't. The only thing I can't stand is like really heavy in the microphone metal. I just can't. I've tried. I even went to that concert with Brandy from my buddy Dave, and I gave him it. I went. I enjoyed it. I would do it again. Would I do it by myself, like driving and shit? No, no, not really. That's not my thing. Just I can't do it. But I will support any friend that wants me to come out to a show. That's why I did it for Dave. That's why I did it for Jay. That's why I'll do it for anybody. If you want me to come see your show, I'll come. I'll support you. I'll even put you on a damn podcast. Um, who's my favorite guest? I don't know. I don't have really a favorite. Um, I did love when Tim was on for Halloween. I would love to have Tim back again for this Halloween. It was great to conversate with him, know about his studio, his shop, just to see where what's going on with him, how the shop's progressing, how business is booming, like what's going on, just how he's doing going forward. Um, the fact that in the beginning, like that it took Samantha like an hour to come here, risking COVID. When we were in the beginning of this, that was great because she literally sat at my dining room table across from me, and we had to make sure we were 6 feet apart, but we made it happen. So that was cool. Like every one of my every any guests I've had on the show, I've just wanted them on. If they had a chance to be on, like having Kim on the show, I loved it. It was great. It was like you can just tell that we meshed well. It was wonderful. The rapport was great. I asked her questions. She asked me questions. We would talk. We have a great conversation. I would love it, and I cannot wait till she's back on again. Um, My most chaotic was having Kiana and Brenton on at the same time because I swear we should have had a referee in the whole damn thing. So, but that was fun. Like it was fun, but man, like SteamYard now gives me the chance to like turn up somebody's microphone, turn down somebody's microphone, turn up it, turn down it like while they're talking. So, like I said, as this was evolving, so was the app. So that episode was chaos, but we still made it work. The fact that Brenton's been on twice, that was really cool. Um, wow. The Christmas episodes, like just when we had before we even had this, before we even had the video, when we would have people jump on and you had to like make sure it was a like look at it and it's so funny looking back on where we were to where we are now. And like I don't know, everybody's been fun. I've had nothing bad to say about anybody. Um, Eventually, I'd like to have Brittany back on my show, not with an audio, like an audio and video, because she's been sending me like some uh, YouTube reels and shit like that, and she's been fucking killing it. So shout out Brittany. I'm definitely gonna have her back on the show for sure. Um, that also brings me to Rebecca. I'm gonna have Rebecca back on the show. I'm also probably gonna try to have her husband Austin on as well, and keep it in the family. Right? Why not? But yeah, I don't think I'd have a favorite guest. My favorite guest is going to be my next one. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. As long as somebody puts the effort in to want to be on the show or gives it some kind of interpretation or implements something that effectively does something towards the podcast, then I mean, I think it's a win-win. There's, you know, just anybody. I've got a message where it's like, hey, what if you try blah, blah, blah? To me, that's like you're on the show because just that little bit of implementation, that's your idea that I used. So, in a way, your shit just came to fruition on my show. So, that's why I'll sit there and, like, with Kevin and Jess, I'll sit there and shout them out. Shout out Kevin and Jess. So, eventually, I'd like to have Kevin and Jess on the damn show too. And I kind of want to do them separately. And then I want to do them together because I think that'll be a lot of fun. But I don't have a favorite guest. My thing is with everything going on, if anybody else does a podcast and wants me on their show, I would love to be on it because I figure I've been running this show for this long. I would like somebody to ask me questions about this show, not just me answering your questions. I want to do an actual podcast with somebody. Like somebody sits me down and we have a conversation. I think that would be great. I'm all for that. Another one that I would like to sit down with is my comedian friend Matt Wright or Matt Light. Jesus Christ, if he heard me, I called him Matt Wright. If he's gonna fucking kill me, don't kill me. But I would love to sit down with him because he was just at a celebrity softball tournament with a whole bunch of celebrities from Pittsburgh, and he was there with Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC. So I'm fucking kind of envious of him right now because if you know me, I'm a big fan of NSYNC. So son of a bitch, I'd love to have him on my show. Um, let's see, I have a couple more. Uh, I love how I always get asked this question. Is your dad really like that in real life? Yes. Next. There's nothing different. What we say on this show, what transpires with him, how he acts on a day-to-day fucking basis is exactly what is portrayed on this show. Nothing changes. He's just a really amped off racist motherfucker. Not like he's not hardcore racist. So for people that would sit there and get, he just says quips. He's old. He's old school. That's what he does. So he's amped. He's me personality wise amped up like fucking 20. Because once he gets on a roll, oh man, better butter your fucking bread because that rolls will be steaming hot. Like, dude, he is the shit that comes out of his mouth is the shit that makes this goddamn show. So yeah, next. Um, I love how it's like in conjunction with it. Are we all like my dad? Some of us. I can't really go any further with it. And then it goes into like my mom. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really in between both of them. I really am both of them in a way. But like there are certain things like I do like I think my stubbornness comes from my dad. My loving comes from my mother. Um and then collectively just my empathy I think comes from my mom too. But I also can be aggressive like my mother and dad together and that's fucking dangerous. So, um will my siblings be on the show again? I don't know. I don't know. Um, we'll put a pin in that, but you can't never say never. You know what I mean? But we'll see. You know, not you don't know who's gonna be on this fucking show. Sometimes I get a text message and I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing? Can I be on?" Blah blah blah. Yeah, sure, no problem. I just have to fit it in, and when the show is right for somebody or some person, then that's when I put them on. So you never say never, and that goes in conjunction with the next question: is like, would family? You're gonna have more family members on? Probably, probably, and particularly the tribal chief. I'd love to. I'd love to have my cousin Scott on this show, and that way it's just me, him, and Eric just chopping it up all about wrestling, and then I'll probably even invite my buddy Kevin, who watches wrestling as well, bring him in there and we chop it all up about all kind of wrestling, not just WWE like TNA, AEW, New Japan, AAA, and then like we could even tell Kevin about the one here that we saw and indie shows like that, even like independent shows. That would be great. Um, we will have more. Speaking of, I'm gonna start doing like also. I don't know if I've thought of like I don't know how we're going to do this, but I've thought about possibly doing like a Cho Thoughts wrestling podcast. I can't do two podcasts though. So I thought about, you know, maybe just doing like a summary of like the week's stuff, like, you know, I guess it would more or less be more WWE related. Um, it'd be like your Raw, NXT, SmackDown, or Saturday Night Main Event, PLE kind of shit. I thought about it, and I think it would be cool to do it with Eric just once in a while, or maybe just do every like monthly PLE, like leading into it and keep going because like we did Mania ones and we do recaps of like certain PLEs and stuff like that. Like I know we're probably gonna do one for SummerSlam, especially with like the build up with like Jelly Roll and Randy Orton against Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. So yeah, yeah, I'd say 100% yes. Like I have no doubt in my mind. And then I love it because underneath of it, it's like, would you do a wrestling podcast with like, would you be on somebody? Yes, that goes back to what I said. I would definitely be on somebody else's podcast for sure. But yeah, so I would like to try it. You know what I mean? But I don't know if I can handle multiple podcasts. It's already tough doing this fucking one already. Um, am I gonna do an NFL draft one? One, I'm not going down there. You're out your goddamn mind if you think I'm going down in the Pittsburgh for the fucking NFL draft. I know Eric has stated about like, man, we should go down and crash the Pat McAfee show. It wouldn't be an episode if we didn't talk about Pat McAfee, right? You know what I'm saying? So, um, I'm not going down there. If Eric wants to do like a live fucking thing down there while the whole shit is going on, sure. But that's probably the last time you're going to see Big E. So, you know, at least he died going and doing what he loves, being next to Pat McAfee, chopping it up about fucking NFL football. So, yeah. I'm not going down there. I ain't, but I'll do a draft special. Any kind of special, I'll do it. But like, I'm gonna more or less do it from the comfort of my fucking house. You know, like, um, and that also there's one here. Once we do the 100th episode, will we still have specials like it says holidays, etc.? Yes, yes, we are. But what we're going to do, and I'm going to do this going forward, is the intros aren't changing. The intro, once we're at 100, it's that intro. That's it. There will be no, I mean, we might change music or maybe just like one off of it, but like little things. We're not going to have different music for everything and whatnot. I want to keep it very standard going forward. You know what I mean? Like it'll be in the title. Hey, it's 2025 or 2026 holiday episode or something like that. Like plus you'll see us in like holiday stuff. Halloween. That I think that's what it is about because the Halloween episode last year was the most watched episode I've had on this show. And I have ideas for this year's Halloween episode. I just really haven't put pen to paper yet. So, but yeah, the structure will be the same, but it'll be like this, you know, it'll be me, like this is the Christmas episode or the 4th of July or something like that. Something crazy, or at least there'll be something in the background. So we'll have that going on. Now we got more in-depth stuff. I love this one. It is what is a key to a successful relationship? But y'all went way back. Y'all went to the beginning. Y'all know 100's coming up, so you're like, let's do like a deep cut back here and ask Paul a fucking some hard hitting questions. Um, I think everybody has their own keys, if that makes sense. Like, I believe being there, being present in the moment is valuable because even if you're not interested or you're it's just not your thing, don't if it's not your thing, it's their thing. You can give it a shot. If you don't like it or they don't like it, then that's cool. It's perfectly okay for them to have, in a way, their own lives, you to have your own life. That's fine. That's allowed. Nobody's holding you to do anything. Just because you're with somebody doesn't mean you're like stuck to them. Um, Communication, hands fucking down. And I stress this because it's valuable. It needs to happen, and not just in relationships either, just in life. Like communicate with your friends. Your job needs to be able to communicate with you, tell you what's going on. You communicate back to them, but communication is probably the most key essential in just life. Like if you don't talk, you should just walk. That's it. That's hands down it. Um, be there. Be there is great. Understanding your partner, that's another one. Um, wow, y'all really went back with that one. Um, there's a lot, and not only because my partner's like literally 5 feet from me. It's, but no, it's just you feel it out, and you grow along with them, and you try your best. And if you don't have the advice, then guide them towards something or help them assist it, or just you know be cool about it. Don't be pricks. And that was just for the guys. Don't be bitches if you're women. Okay. But no, more than likely, it's just communication is key. And you have to find out your love language too. Those are kind of important. I mean, everybody has their own. Some people have more than one, but you got to know what you're in for. Like, I'm an affectionate person. I mean, sure, it comes and goes, but like, if you've been through a lot of trauma, though, your love language can change. And it could be like terms of endearment, or it could be like, um, I think it's affection. I can't remember. There's five of them, but you just got to find out what it is. You may have one, and then you go through something, and then it changes from one to, you know, you can be from affection to terms of endearment, or you don't need to be like, oh fuck, where's Sam when I need him for research? But like, there are five, but you can be stuck on one, go through a trauma, and then go to another, and then maybe revert back to that. It all depends on who your partner is, and if you eventually start feeling this instead of this kind of love, then just go with it. But yeah, that was a good one. Damn, y'all just went way back in the fucking that cut. Just like, do dating apps still suck? I don't know. I don't know. I was like, I've been happily with somebody for 2 years. I'd say they still suck. I mean, that's just me. I mean, I got no other ones than that. Um, I don't know. If you know, remember, that's what we have comments for. That's why you message me. That's why you talk to me. So any questions or any rebuttals or anything you have to say in conjunction with this episode today, let me know. And let me know if they still fucking suck. Because I'd imagine 1,000,000% they still suck. Yeah, trust me. And that's why they should have one. It's just called ghosted, where you go out on a date with somebody and like 3 days later, ghosted. They're gone. They just left. They don't even give you their number. They give you a fake number. They give you one of them text now apps number. And then you go call it or whatever. And if they don't answer by like the third ring, ghosted. Then you go to a next person. It's like Tinder, but you ain't getting nothing. You know what you're getting? Ghosted. Next question. See, y'all got me fucking fired up on that one. See what y'all did? um, what made us come to TikTok? Um, I don't know. I was looking for more of an outlet, and I despise TikTok, but I figure if you want to get the platform out there on as many way possible, that also, I love the question with it too. Like, what happened to the Instagram account? They deleted it. They just fucking deleted it. I don't know what happened, but it was gone. So, um, I'm gonna try. I actually want to work on a Facebook account, a Snapchat. I think Eric still has the X account or Twitter. Um, but if we have the IG, we'll also have Threads. Um, but I used TikTok as an untapped market, and I thought, you know, a lot of people go on TikTok. A lot of people send me shit from TikTok on Instagram, Facebook, etc. So I was like, man, you know what? Let's see what happens if we put up one of our videos, like a snippet or a clip, on TikTok. And wow, man, I I went into uncharted fucking water with the fucking how getting tapped into that real fast. If you haven't followed us on TikTok, we are the Cho Thoughts Podcast on TikTok. Literally below. See how it's scrolling? Yeah. And of course, we are on YouTube at the Cho Thoughts Podcast. Again, it's underneath here. And that's another thing. Let me tap into that too. So yeah, we did TikTok, and it's solid market right now, and we're loving it. Um, Another thing, tell your friends about us. Start liking our shit. Start subscribing to our videos. You talk about all these hey, what's going on? You give me questions, and you talk to me in public, or hey, what's going on with the podcast? You know what that like does? Man, that makes us look better. Send us the comment, share our video, get us out there. The more people and the more the world experiences us and sees us, it gets us out there. Like have had a couple fandom with people at work and whatnot and shit like that, but it would be nice to get us out there more. So if you like the podcast and you want somebody to watch it, tell them to subscribe to the channel. It's right down here. It ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? Hit that little bell, get a little notification rip. Hey, Big Joe dropping podcast. Oh shit, it's gonna be crazy. Well, it all depends on what name fucking Eric picks this week or whatever he's doing, and I don't know. It'll probably be like Big J Hernandez or something next week. I don't know. I don't know. He surprises me every fucking week. But yeah, I don't see a lot of likes. I see a lot of people telling us how amazing the podcast is. Support it, like it, follow it, share it, get it out there on socials. And some people don't put it out there unless they're on the show. I get that because you're promoting the show, you're promoting yourself. But like the way myself and Kim were blowing that up from the Vine one, man, that took off. Just like it took off for fucking Halloween. So you see something, you like it, snip it, make a fucking reel of it or whatever. Yo, we that's what it's here for. I'm on the cusp of 100. This podcast ain't going nowhere whatsoever. So just that's all I ask. Like and subscribe to the channel. Comment on the podcast episodes. Tell me that Eric's being a douche nozzle or something, or tell me Sam was over psychology or like over psychological or whatever. Tell me I'm a dick. I don't care if it's hate comments, like comments. I don't give a fuck what it is. I want recognition because we are fucking out here killing it every solitary week for y'all, for you all. And this was all stemmed off because I was just bored, wanted to just get some emotional distraught out there, use the platform, and I still will shout out Spotify for podcasters to this day. Thank them so much. Thank you, Spotify, for giving me the outlet to do what I do and do what I love. And that is this podcast and bringing joy and happiness, sadness, awareness, all of that. From talking about dating apps and crazy fucking people on the streets to the Washington County stories, to somebody punching their mom in the fucking chest and killing them, to fucking the zombies in the fucking South Side, to fucking people going in bunkers like over in Germany with Brenton, to promoting Tim's shop on Halloween, to having one of my great Vine friends and when Kimberly was on, like to having holiday episodes where like Sam and Brandy were on. Dude, I could be here forever. I'm so grateful and I'm so appreciative and I'm so loving to all you followers, all you friends, all the family, all the support, everything that we have attained to get here. We're on the cusp again of 100th, a 100th episode. Never in a million years would I ever think that. And before I shut this down, I personally wanted to sit here and thank all of you. Just that's all. Thank you all so much for allowing me to be on your TVs, in your cars, on your phones, everywhere. Listening to my voice, listening to my friends, listening to our chaos, all of that. I really appreciate and love you all. I thank you all so much for your time that you've put into the show. It just, I, I really can't stress it enough. I thank you guys so much for everything that you do for us and just showing your love and appreciation. Click the like and subscribe button. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok. And I'm sure as shit we're going to get other socials. And we are really on the verge of doing a whole bunch more shit. Before I go, there was a question about merchandise. That is far, far in the future. let's see where it goes after 100, and maybe we'll think about something. We'll talk about it. But right now, it's not in my cards. In the end, yes, I'd love to. I would love for people to be walking around with Cho Thoughts shirts, hoodies, hats, merch, just anything. A fucking coffee mug. I don't give a fuck. A keychain. But it would be nice. But we will. I will see you all next week for the 99th episode, The Calm Before the Storm, with my wonderful friend Big E, who I would not want to do the episode before without him. And then, of course, we have the banger coming. So buckle up. It's going to be crazy. I'm excited. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe. Follow the damn show. Like the damn show. Comment on the goddamn show. And I will see y'all next week. Bye.